what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So actually what I want to get done tonight is I actually want to show you how I clean my engine bays. Now the STI is completely clean. I don't need to do anything to this, unfortunately. I wanted to do it on this car, but it's already clean. It's already under the car cover. And we're actually getting new wheels this week, so I'm kind of getting ready for that. But I really need to clean the engine bay of the truck. It's been a while. It's covered in pollen. It's filthy. I'm not going to do a full wash on the truck tonight simply because it's supposed to thunderstorm in a little bit. You can kind of see the clouds forming overhead. So what we're actually going to do is just clean up the engine bay. Really simple process, but I'm going to do a full kind of wash, full spray down of the pressure washer and everything, and I wanted to show you just how I do it since I get this question very often. So you can follow suit to this for any vehicle. The only things that you need to watch out for, at least what I watch out for, are fuse boxes, air intakes, and I kind of stay away from the battery. But otherwise, you should be totally fine with any newer modern car to kind of do this process. So let's go ahead, open up the hood of the truck, get everything ready, and we can get to washing the engine bay. All right, so if we take a look, it's not too bad. I did wipe it down quickly the other day, but I definitely want to do a good wash of it. So main parts I'm going to watch out for are over here, the intake, the actual filters right here, fuse box, and the harness and stuff is right over there. So I'm still going to spray it down, but I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to make sure I don't actually, just spray the pressure washer in that area very heavily, just kind of go over it quickly. But yeah, what I'm actually going to use is an Adams all-purpose cleaner. So you can use whatever all-purpose or degreaser, whatever you want. But Adams all-purpose cleaner is what I have and what I use. So I'm going to go ahead, mix them up in a bottle, spray it down with the pressure washer, and then we can get to cleaning. All right, so what we're going to start off by first is using the pressure washer. Got everything hooked up. We are ready to go. Got the hood open. I'm just going to spray everything down very well, including the top of the hood. Again, I'm not washing the exterior, so it's okay. If the dirt runs off or anything, I'll just hose it down or rinse it off with the pressure washer. But first things first, I'm just going to rinse everything down very heavily. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies and everything, just to kind of knock out all the dirt and kind of areas where you're not going to be able to get a brush in. Let's go ahead, get it cleaned up, power wash it down, and then we can move on to the next step. So next up, we're going to get my wheel and tire brush. Got it from up here in my cabinet. Now I'm going to go over and grab my all-purpose cleaner. Again, this is just Adams all-purpose cleaner in a press-all bottle by Obsessed Garage, and this is all I'm going to need. So let's head over back to the truck. I put a light up on the hood so you guys can see a little bit better. Now what we're going to do is just spray it down heavily, and then use our brush to agitate certain areas. Then after that, once we get everything finished up, we can spray it down, and then we can move on to the next step. All right, so as you can see, we got the all-purpose cleaner kind of soaking. So let's take a brush and simply just agitate. So really straightforward, very simple. Nothing too involved or crazy, but I'm just gonna go around, clean all the cracks and crevices everywhere that I can get. Again, I'm staying away from the filters and also the fuse box area. And over here as well, for an F-150, there is a harness plug right there, so you kind of want to stay away from that. So kind of this general area. You can come over here. I'm going to do the fuse box and everything since that's sealed and covered. But yeah, we're just going to scrub, and then we can rinse it down. All right, so everything is nice and scrubbed down. So all we're gonna do is just pressure wash everything off. Very simple, exactly just what I did before. Kind of stay away from this area and everything. I need to remove the light just so I don't soak that up. But yeah, I'm gonna wash it down and then we can move on to the final step. Alright, sorry, we're losing light pretty quickly, but as you can see, everything is rinsed down nice and clean. So the next step that we're actually going to do is dress it. Now what I mean by dressing it is coat everything in this. This is actually CarPro Pearl. I use this for all the plastics on the engine bay and everything. I also use it for exterior trim and all that. So simply just going to spray the entire engine bay down with this stuff, let it dry, and wipe down any excess or anything like that. So really straightforward, really simple. And then once everything is dry, I can come back with Speed Maker, spray everything down for an extra coating, and we are good to go. So let me go ahead and spray everything down with this, and we can move on to the next step. All right, so this is what we're looking like. Literally looks white and just kind of all over the place. But I assure you, when you open up the hood the next day, once everything dries, it looks beautiful and perfect. Matt from Obsessed Garage uses Meguiar's Hyper Dressing, which does the same exact thing. This just leaves a little bit more shine, in my opinion. And you do have to come back and wipe it down, which I don't have a problem with because I don't want to leave too much on here since it gets a little too shiny for my taste. But either or is a great option. All right, so here's about half an hour of everything kind of soaking in and drying off. Now I'm just gonna do a quick wipe down at everything. As you can see, it's leaving a really nice finish, very dark, rich finish on the plastics. Let me get a little bit closer for you guys. If you take a closer look on the plastics, again, this is pre-wipe, so it's not gonna be as shiny, and it's gonna be a little bit less wet looking, but very clean. And the reason why I do this, I do it every, I don't know, probably 5 to 6 months or so, just so I can keep an eye if there's any leaks or anything like that. It's much easier to spot that kind of stuff, you know, if you have a clean engine bay. So I always do this every couple months, especially now, pollen season. It gets really dirty, really crazy. So it's best practice to kind of do this every once in a while. But yeah, looking clean. So let's go ahead. I'm going to wipe everything down. Then I'm actually going to top everything with Bead Maker, which is what I use on the paint of the car after every wash, just to add some protection, and plus it looks really nice and gives some hydrophobic properties to it and everything. So if it does get wet a little bit, it kind of just shoots right off. So let me go ahead, wipe it down, and we get some PNS Bead Maker, and then we can finish this project up. All right, next up, we're gonna go grab some Bead Maker. So I got it in my cabinet over here, again, in the same bottles from Obsessed Garage, the Presso bottles. These things are awesome. And then I'm going to grab an all-purpose towel, which I have right here. These are my normal Bead Maker towels, but I only use them on the paint. I use it for odd jobs and stuff, so we're gonna go ahead, spray this down in the engine bay, wipe it down, and we will be done. So let's do this and finish it up. All right, guys, so here is the finished result. Now, obviously, I know it's a little dark out, but you get the idea of just how nice and clean everything looks, and this just gets better once it fully dries. Now, if your engine bay is really dirty and you want to take it a step further, I would recommend spraying everything down with the foam cannon with the pressure washer. I did not need to do that since A, I wasn't washing the car, and B, it really wasn't that dirty. But if you have a really filthy and dirty engine bay, I definitely recommend spraying it down with the pressure washer, agitating everything, and then spraying that off, and you can come back with an all-purpose cleaner as well. But I didn't need to do that since the engine bay was fairly clean to begin with, and I kind of stay on top of this. I'll leave everything that I used in this video in the links below in the description, so if you are interested in doing this exact process, you certainly can do so. Now, like I said, just be careful of the intakes and the electronic kind of stuff, all the wire harnesses and all that. You'll be totally fine. What I do recommend is after you do spray it, don't start the car and go drive it and everything. I'm sure it's okay, but I usually wait about a day or so for everything just to completely dry, just to be safe. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I got for this one. If you have any questions at all, be sure to leave them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.